Breaking news, another large trade has just happened. The Buffalo Bills have just traded for Amari Cooper. And in this video, I'm going to tell you what this means for the Atlanta Falcons. A lot of what this means for Atlanta Falcons going on. I just recently talked about Davante Adams getting traded to the Jets. But there is another big move that just occurred that people aren't talking about, that just slid underneath the rug, and this could have even more implications for the Atlanta Falcons. Now, here it goes. Amari Cooper just got traded from the Browns. What does this mean? It could mean nothing. It could mean everything. To me, it means that the Browns are like, yikes, we got to make some moves for the future. This team sucks. Deshaun Watson may not have been a good trade, but now they're like, we got to make some moves to either get our quarterback of the future or to make this team better. Currently, they're 1-5, I believe, and they're not looking good at all. The team is actually looking very, very bad. But where does the Atlanta Falcons come in with all of this? There's one thing that the Atlanta Falcons need. We've said this from day one. We said this 3 years ago. We said this year. We said this last year. They need pass rush at an elite level. And instead of putting a Band-Aid on this issue, some people are coming out and say the Atlanta Falcons may be the dark horse favorite to land one of these big guys. Now, who are these big guys? I would say at this point, it was Hassan Reddick. At this point, it was maybe Micah Parsons. But that's all the names that I've heard thrown out to the Atlanta Falcons until right now. Because there's one guy on the Cleveland Browns that if you ask all 32 coaches is a game wrecker in regards to the defensive line, it is Myles Garrett. Now, I'm not saying Myles Garrett is made available, but that trade for Amari Cooper just moved the needle a little bit closer for a team who could be interested in a pass rusher. Now, I'll first start with this. Zadarius Smith is also on that team. I'm hearing that the Atlanta Falcons are having talks with Zadarius Smith, and I want to plug you in the future. I'm going to have a video coming out on Zadarius Smith and how he would be a fit for the Atlanta Falcons. So that's one player that the Atlanta Falcons could get. Edge rusher, pretty good, has had some production, and that could be something that we can work together, get him for maybe a late round pick, and boom, boom, boom. Issue, I would say that's throwing a Band-Aid on the issue. It fixes it for now. It allows us to maybe make a run. But there you go. But now I'm hearing the Browns are all set for the future. And right now, their future plans may or may not include Myles Garrett. Now, the Atlanta Falcons would have to give up a lot to get Myles Garrett. Everyone knows that. But if you're able to bring in Myles Garrett to the Atlanta Falcons, just go ahead and say it. Put up the banner. As an ownership group, you don't have to worry about selling any more season tickets because you should be able to sell season tickets for the next 5 years with this move. And this would cement this team as an elite NFC opponent. And it would have people shaking in their boots, for lack of a better term. And now it's made even more available. I think it's a little closer to happening because this move signs to me that the Cleveland Browns are done. They're like, Amari Cooper was their best wide receiver. They're like, you know what? We might as well pack it in right now. Go ahead and invest in the future. And when investing in the future, Myles Garrett, paying Myles Garrett, having Myles Garrett for the future is something that they probably don't want to do. And so as they build, in their mind, they want draft capital. And in our mind, the Atlanta Falcons, we want an elite pass rusher. And Myles Garrett is that guy. Now, Terry Fontenot, if you're listening to me, which you're probably not, but please, if the Browns say Myles Garrett's available, we need to exhaust every resource to making that deal happen. Because if it does, the Falcons will be the best team in this NFL. And Arthur Blank will finally get his dream of holding up the Lombardi trophy. Because the Super Bowl the Atlanta Falcons will be included in the Super Bowl, and they will win the Super Bowl in their biggest rival's home place. And nothing will be sweeter. But if you agree or disagree with me, please do me a favor. Leave a comment down below. Let me know. And if you want to see more videos like this, check this one out right here. I talk about the very impactful Davante Adams trade to the New York Jets, which pretty much caused this domino effect that we're in right now, and will continue to cause dominoes to fall in the future. And like always, peace.